Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. So, of course, it is game day tomorrow. I'm going into Bilbao. As I said yesterday, I'm staying in a very small village with lots of great views. And as I also said yesterday, I've got a tennis court here. Have a game of tennis later. Now, it's going to be a very busy day for both sides. They will have a training session at the stadium, and they will also hold press conferences. Manchester United will train this morning at the ground at 11:15 at local time. Tottenham's press conference will be at 4:45 this afternoon. Then they will train at the stadium at 5:30, and then it will be the Manchester United press conference at 7:30. So now in Bilbao, and this tomorrow will be the Tottenham Hotspur fans' meeting point. There will be thousands upon thousands of Tottenham Hotspur fans here tomorrow singing their hearts out. So we're just walking to the fan zone where a number of Spurs and Manchester United fans will be today. And we keep seeing all of these Europa League Bilbao final 2025 balls. A small official shop here as well.
De arena un poco complicado, pero bueno, vas a tener que pasar el balón por el túnel y llegas.
Bueno, ¿a cuál vas a tirar ahora? ¿Al del medio?
Feeling confident about this? Okay, then let's see how Thomas does. Word. He's flying by.
Yes, thank you very much. Welcome to the River Nervion here at the Fans Festival ahead of the 2025 Europa League final. Delighted to say I am joined by Chris Cowling from the Spurs Chat podcast. Chris, great to see you. Let's have a walk through this festival. It looks fantastic here. I've been hearing so many stories from Tottenham Hotspur fans about their journey to Bilbao. Yours is a slightly easier one compared to the ones I've heard, right?
Good afternoon, Dharmesh. Yeah, I actually got on 2 planes yesterday to come out to here. So Gatwick to Barcelona, Barcelona to Bilbao. But I've got friends who have literally gone in camper vans, 15-hour trips, gone by boat. They have done whatever they have to do to get here because, of course, we want this so bad. We want to see Tottenham Hotspur lift that trophy. So whatever it takes to get here, they've done it.
You say you want this so bad. What's your overriding feeling, on the eve of this game now?
Well, I recorded a podcast the other day, about 30 fans come on, and every single one of them said we were going to win this game. Every Spurs fan that I've spoke to so far in Bilbao, they are all confident that we're going to win. I just feel like it is our time. Because, we were without a trophy for so long, 17 long years without a trophy, 41 long years without a European trophy. It's got to happen at some point.
Good luck.
You're talking about this trophy drought, and if you believe in omens, it seems to be pointing towards a Tottenham Hotspur victory. Newcastle United waited 56 years for a trophy, then they got the League Cup this season.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace have never won a trophy in their history until Saturday in that famous FA Cup win against Manchester City. Even a Spurs legend, Harry Kane, ended his a weight without a winner's medal by winning the Bundesliga. Does that give you a little bit of optimism that this could finally be Tottenham's time?
It does, and I think it is the year of the bird, as you said. I feel like it is Tottenham's turn. This isn't the Manchester United team that we've seen evolved under Sir Alex Ferguson. I think man to man, I think that you've got to fancy Spurs. We've beaten them 3 times this season, twice in the Premier League, home and away, and of course that League Cup game 4-3 as well. So all I would say to this Spurs team is, do you want to be remembered for finishing 17th in the Premier League table? Or do you want to be heroes? Do you want to see, your face on the wall? Do you want to be a hero at the Tottenham Hotspur Football Club? Because, Ange has said it himself so many times, I always win a trophy in my second season. I would love to see Ange Postecoglou deliver that trophy. Because
right, talking about Ange, because you've led me nicely onto that. The whole narrative around this is he could go regardless of what happens tomorrow. Yeah. Where do you stand?
I think that he's probably going to leave the football club in the summer. I don't feel that we can carry on playing that same way in the Premier League, because it's not just a matter of the amount of defeats and breaking all those unwanted records. It's some of the performances have been really dismal. But in the Europa League, we've been a different animal. We've been playing differently. It turned when we beat Frankfurt away for me. Bodo Glimt, both home and away, we played really well. But Ange, I feel like his time is coming to an end at Spurs. But as I say, if he can deliver a trophy, he will go away happy, deliver success where, so many have failed. Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte, Pochettino. We've had some great managers, we've had some great players. They haven't delivered. Can Ange get success for Spurs? It would be absolute scenes here in Bilbao if that happened.
I think I know the answer to this final question. Prediction?
Prediction, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Spurs win. I do feel confident. I just really do hope and pray it is our time.
He's hoping, he's praying, is Chris Cowling. Let's see if his prayers are answered. We are on the eve now of the Europa League final between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United.
So who wins a final between Manchester United and Tottenham is a difficult question.
Don't touch the trophy, please.
So just had a picture with the trophy, and I was told, don't touch the trophy, don't touch the trophy. I hope Son's lifting it tomorrow night. So just having a couple of beers in the sunshine. I'm not sure about that game of tennis later on though.
Of English football fans are expected to descend on the Spanish city of Bilbao in the next 24 hours as Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United face off in the Europa League final on Wednesday night, tomorrow night. We spoke to some of those making the journey. Tottenham Hotspur fan Chris Cowling arrived in Bilbao yesterday.
I'm actually staying in a village around 30 minutes away because hotels are charging £3,000 to £4,000 per night. But Bilbao itself is very small. It's going to be very overwhelmed come tomorrow. I think it's going to be absolutely jam-packed. The beers will be flowing. I think it will be a very, very noisy Bilbao.
I think it will. Meanwhile, Manchester United fan Dylan Heath spoke to us earlier from the airport just before he embarked on a round trip of 2,500 miles for the match.
So we're going Manchester to Dublin, Dublin to Paris, and then we stay over in Paris tonight, and then we're on the 7 a.m. flight to Rome, and then we have Rome to Bilbao. We get in at about 1 o'clock, so we'll probably just try and find somewhere nice for some food. Is it pig's toast? Like that's tapas? Yeah, we want to try a bit of that. Tapas is my favourite food anyway, so we want to get a bit of that down.
Well, Sayo Malero is a tour guide from Basque Free Tours in Bilbao. Hello to you.
Hi.
Are you ready for what's about to happen in Bilbao?
Well, we kind of are. Yeah, we can already see a lot of people in here. They are starting to catch up with all the things that they have been planning for Bilbao with the Europe's League and so on. So it's starting to be crowded. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, a lot of people, they may just end up going to the bars. But there are other things I imagine you would recommend they should be doing in Bilbao. What would you point them to?
Yeah, well, first of all, the free tour. I have to advise them to do the free tour. But no, also.
Did you say free tour? Are you offering tours for free?
No, it's a typing part. Like they put the price to our job, so it's to see the village, but with our historical view and comments.
Okay, so what should they be seeing?
First of all, the old town that it's really beautiful, full of people and full of Basque was typical sports and so on they have been put in. And also this week, tomorrow starts the festivities of the old town. So they will be seeing a lot of Basque concerts and traditions and culture. And also I always recommend to do the Riverside Walk until you can find the football stadium where they will be playing tomorrow night. And also the Guggenheim Museum, that it's a must in here.
Okay. And the tapas. Dylan obviously loves tapas. Presumably.
Yeah, I heard it. I have to say that it's not tapas. Tapas, they don't exist in the Basque Country. It's pintos. It's not the same. I say it because, yeah, the tapas usually are for free in many places. When you ask for a beer or anything, they put it for free. Here, the pintos is called like that because of the stick, and you have to ask for it. And it's you have to have 3 or 4 to get a little bit full. The tapas with 1 or 2, you have enough. But yeah, it's a typical thing here. And the main one, the croquettes of codfish. That is our main dish.
Okay, croquettes. I shouldn't say that, of course. I should say it in the Spanish. Codfish. So it's the
croquetas, yeah, codfish, bacalao.
Croquetas, which what? So everyone, they should be ordering the codfish with their beers.
Yeah, that's the best thing that they may have here.
Right.
Now, and tortilla, of course.
And tortilla. And so far, are people behaving themselves?
Yeah, so far, yeah. They just start, when I was finishing my tour, they start shouting each other, but in a nice way. For now, it's all calm. But yeah, when the 10 in the morning that I had another tour, it was really calm. Now you can see that people are starting to be heated up. So it's quite cool.
Okay, I mean, and it's quite early for this in terms of getting heated up. The idea of 2 English fans from 2 English teams coming to Bilbao, is it making residents, people who live there, nervous?
No, don't think so. A lot of people are expecting to also have fun. You can also see it's a shame because we could have end up on the final, and you will see people here with the Athletic Club, our football team shirt. Mm-hmm. But no, I don't think that they are even more nervous than any other time that happens another thing here, like a big festivity. We are used to it, so...
You're well used to it. Sayo Malero, thank you very much. P.G. Woodhouse once wrote, "It was one of those cases where you approve the broad general principle."
It ain't hard to do anything. You see, I feel sad when you're sad. So don't feel glad when you're glad. If you only knew what I'm going through, I just can't smile without you. Get up, that's what people say.
Folks, first of all, just to ask you about Bilbao. How have you settled in and how have you found the city?
We found the city, so we landed. Just really good city, really, yeah.
Yeah, we got here this morning. We flew to Barcelona last night from Bristol, and then stayed there last night, and then got the first flight this morning. So, yeah, so far so good. I mean, but yeah, we'll soon see you.
So I forgot to ask you, just for the purposes of the camera, what's your names and where you're from?
My name's Tony Roach.
From?
Newport.
Lee Roach from Newport as well.
Newport. There's about 7 Newports in the UK, I think.
Yeah, it's in South Wales.
Yeah. I just looking ahead to the game tomorrow. How much of a boost has it been to hear that obviously a couple of Spurs' most creative players are out, Maddison and Kulusevski?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with how they performed in the start of the season against us, but sometimes that doesn't really matter. It's all about who goes into the strongest. But again, we'll see.
We're known for showing up on the big days, they ain't. That's all I'm going to say.
And how would you sum up the season? Just, is there an argument to suggest if it wasn't for Europa League run, you'd be in a high league position, or you just don't buy into that?
We've been poor throughout the season, definitely. I mean, it hasn't been good enough, and there's no defending it. But this can save our season. No, I say it won't be good enough, definitely not. But Champions League football's the aim, really, more than the trophy, I believe.
And Amram, how would you sum him up so far? Do you think he's done if you had to grade him school grade, what would you give him?
Well, not a very good one, but I still back him. I mean, he's got to be given time because that's the most important thing at the end of the day. But
Probably give him a D so far. He's looking for like a B, A grade to be honest. He signed his own players to be honest, do a bit of revising, that's all I think.
Do you think sometimes he's a bit too honest?
no, because I like that. It's the same with Ange Postecoglou. I think he's straightforward. He's, as a manager, you don't want to see them hiding behind what they actually think. I mean, because we haven't been good enough, and we all know that. There's no point sugarcoating it.
How decisive is this game for your future? Because, if you win it against the Champions League, all the revenue that comes with that, all the players that you can sign, and if you don't, would you go as far as say it's make or break, as you've alluded to, or would you say that maybe if you don't win it, Amorim should still be given that time?
Oh yeah, I still believe he should be given the time, definitely. But this make or break goes, it's the revenue with the Adidas deal, and just players in general, bringing them home to me, because we're still a massive club that has that pull, but slowly that's going, I believe. Do you mean? And Champions League football is a big step to getting the players we need.
And what needs to happen next season, irrespective of what happens tomorrow? What needs to happen next season? Where do you need to be for the faith in Amorim to withstand?
Just compete in Champions League, I believe. Do you mean? So this will be his first proper transfer window. We can bring his own players, and I know obviously we've got Acuna, but looks like maybe to that. But we need about 7-8 players before we start competing for anything, I believe. I mean, from the core down, from the goalkeeper to the strikers, everything. But
well, yeah, when you go off with Banana and goal, he's a bit useless to be honest. I think we do need to definitely bring a few more players in, and that's where I think, he's coming. I think we've got to let him sign his own players, to be honest. I think that's why we've got to give him a bit of time.
And just lastly, ask you about the ownership. Some of the decisions that have been made by the ownership this season is questionable, shall we say, like this Europa League win, if you do end up winning, will that be how much, is it still been a kind of poor showing from Ratcliffe so far as an owner, irrespective?
Yeah, it's nothing to do with him, whether we win it today or not. We're season ticket holders, when we see what goes on within the club. You sell your ticket back to them for 30 quid and they're reselling it for £500-600 on top. But especially Atletico Bilbao game for the home leg in the Europa League. There's just no excuse, and he's an umbrella really for the Glazer family. But what I mean, we're used to it by now, and all these protests, and it doesn't get you anywhere. So it's a bit sickening, to be honest.
I feel like the Glazers maybe have played a blinder having another human shield with Ratcliffe.
That's all he is. I mean, that's all he is, and it has took the stick off him. Because you see now, Ratcliffe's getting all the abuse, and I mean, but you can see he cares more about the club, but he's doing it in the wrong ways. So yeah, that's all you got to say, really.
Yeah, well, both just useless, really. Both just want money, really. That's all we care about. Just don't have respect for either of them. Don't need to go, to be honest.
Nice one, chaps. I really appreciate it. Have a good day, mate. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a big blow having them both out, but I think there's a lot of determination within the squad to win anyway, so I still think we can do it without him.
I think there's rumours of Bergvall being fit as well, and if he is, then that'll be a massive help. But yeah, obviously missing Madison and Kulusevski, someone's going to have to step up and hopefully find a bit of magic in there.
I think Son back will be the key for us as well. No, I think we've beaten 3 times this season already. Probably only Fernandez gets into our team out of their team. So they've got their history, they think they win bigger games than us, but I don't think we should fear that at all.
It's a different United side to it's been in the past. I think we've not lost them for 3 years now, even under Ange. Our record's up and down in general, but against United, we've not lost for years. So I think the whole talk of United being successful in finals, I think it's going to hopefully go out the window this year, and we can make advantage of that and take advantage.
I think if we'd have had a full team with Van der Ven, Romero, we'd probably knocking on the top 6.
I think the injuries threw us off mid-season, I think, and since then we've had, I'd say one eye, but both eyes probably on the Europa League. So I think our team selections in the Premier League have very much been reflective of that. and especially recent weeks. I think for me personally, I couldn't really care less whether we'd have won or lost the last few games. All focus has been on this. So I think if we lift the trophy at the end of the season, I'm going to quickly forget the losses in the Premier League. So it's shown a lot of maturity in those games. I think Amorim doesn't quite seem to have realised that as well. In his recent press conferences, he's been saying, "Oh, we're still this kamikaze, quite naive football." Whereas I think, our recent European performances have shown that's not exactly what we're about. Especially with that first choice back four there, I think we've got a few more strings to our bow than just the kamikaze football we might have seen earlier on in the season in the Premier League. So,
and if he wins the Europa League, that'd be madness to get rid of him. When we've had the bulk of the season with probably about 5 or 6 of our best players missing for a lot of it. So I'd give him next season as well. Personally,
I think it's tough because for years we've been the nearly men. We've come close, got to a couple of finals, got to semi-finals, and nobody's ever managed to get us over the line. So I think, he's taking a big claim if he does manage to get us over the line and win a European trophy. I think he's got some credit in the locker there. Whether he'll be there next season or not, whether he'll maybe walk if he thinks this is the pinnacle of what he's going to achieve and perhaps go, then that's to be seen. But hopefully we can get this over the line first, and then we'll take it from there as to whether he's still in charge next season.
Well, he's been there, I think, 23, 24 years. Won 1 trophy so far. Needs to put more into it in the football side. Everything else is there now with the stadium and the training ground, but they just keep repeating the same cycle every couple of years, changing manager. They need to have a plan, stick with it, and back the manager more than what they have done. If not, then I think if he keeps doing what he has done, then they'll just keep getting under more pressure.
I think with Levy, it's always the next thing, isn't it? We get to one point and say, we'll wait, we'll invest in the youth. Stadium's going to be a game changer. This is going to be a game changer, and he's always dangling that bow, and it never quite comes. And you can't really knock what he's done, like he's on the business side of things. But at what point does that actually translate into success?
But he might get lucky. He might get Champions League football next season. Obviously, with a win tomorrow. So
hopefully that'll be
which is what he wants.
If we win tomorrow, it's another season. I think. If we win tomorrow, it's our best season in the last 40 years. So.
And if you lose, is it game over?
If we lose, I think it is, unfortunately. I don't think it's his fault. We've had whatever number of managers in the last 20 years. It's none of their fault. Conte, Mourinho, Poch, and wouldn't blame them.
He told us we have to be very PG, and I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Is it all just like down out at the end of the season?
He sent us a massive list. It's like we've got a Spurs-specific list and then like a neutral list.
Skipper, Sonny, this feels really special. Just tell me what emotions you're feeling as you've arrived to the stadium.
It's my first time here, first of all, and it's a beautiful stadium, and tomorrow I hope you can see all the white things.
How are the boys feeling? What's the atmosphere been like?
Yeah, it's very, very good. Everybody's very excited. Everybody is also very calm. That everybody is preparing that in the way that we have to. So obviously we will see that in the training how the boys are feeling, and obviously you can see it. But everybody is so excited, and everybody's can't wait for this game.
It's so difficult to compare to the various finals that you've played over the years, but when you look at the way that you've prepared for this, does it feel different?
I personally feel a little bit different because 6 years ago I played my first final in the Champions League, and then I was very nervous, I was thinking it's just just literally playing Champions League final, and obviously also right now I also feel a little bit nervous, which is that gives me a little bit of joy, but it's more calmer, and then I'm preparing even better than 6 years ago. So look, it doesn't matter what it is. Just most important thing is that we lift that trophy tomorrow.
Do you think that little bit of extra experience will help you and the team?
Yeah, I will definitely help the team, and then I will definitely give us some messages that the boys needed. So look, I think the most important thing is that football is not individual sport. It doesn't really matter you have to give a little bit of the selfishness, and has to be everybody together. So yeah, I can't wait to the game goes on. So yeah, let's just do it. We see after 24 hours.
Best of luck, Sonny.
Bring it home.
So I'm now with Spurs fan Gareth, and of course channel regular. Gareth, how are you?
Absolutely buzzing. We're here in Bilbao. The sun's come out after apparently a lot of thunderstorms. I'm actually sunburned because of the weather back in Ireland, which is very rare for us. I've spoke to like so many people here, and I've seen Bilbao fans everywhere, red and white tops, and they're all supporting Spurs because of United beating Bilbao in the semi-final. Everyone says, "Come on to Tottenham," you know, which is incredible because you know we're here in the atmosphere, and there's actually locals supporting Spurs, and Spurs fans is here in numbers. So incredible. I cannot wait for tomorrow.
Gareth, it really is a wonderful atmosphere here, isn't it?
Oh, so friendly, so positive, and all the Spurs fans and the Man United fans that I've seen so far are like speaking together as well. So there's no issues, no hassle in terms of anyone getting like getting feisty or nothing like that there. United fans and Spurs fans are getting on well, but I'm really impressed with the Bilbao atmosphere. A lot of Bilbao fans are like, "Come on, you Spurs," which is great for us as Spurs fans.
Gareth, how did you get here? Because some people have got here, all sorts of ways. 15 hours in a camper van, multiple flights, trains, buses, you name it.
Chris, I've actually had a better experience than yourself, and you're a Spurs fan. You're a lifetime fan. We actually had a very simple. Me and my friend, what we did was, see after we beat Frankfurt, we'll take a chance. We'll book Dublin to Santander. And we got the flights for like €200 return. We booked an accommodation which is like 4 or 5 star. We've got 2 bathrooms, 2 toilets. We've got 2 bathrooms. We've got we have a kitchen, 2 beds, 2 double rooms, a kitchen, sofa bed for anyone else that needs to stay somewhere. And we got that for like €100 each. So I would encourage every Spurs fan that watches the podcast. Now, we travelled here with no tickets, and we've got tickets now, so you'll never ever get a ticket without trying for one. So you have to make the effort, show your loyalty to the club, and you have to take a chance, and you might meet someone, and now we've got tickets. So I would encourage every Spurs fan that watches this video that there's always something on the line. Come, take a chance, be brave, and you will find it rewarded.
Gareth, this trophy, just here.
Yeah.
The trophy is right behind us. Who is winning it Wednesday evening?
Look, I think it is a bit of a torn toss, Chris. 2 teams, very unpredictable teams. History on Man United's side. There is history, and we can't deny that. They are a team that can find ways to win. Spurs have been a team that finds ways to lose. But we've beat them 3 times this season, and comfortably. The 4-3 game was a wee bit of an anomaly. Spurs were 3-0 up in that game, Chris, and the Fraser Foster had a nightmare. So if we're going on this season, I think Spurs are massive favourites. And also, from the coaching experience and injuries, I think Bergville will play in the final. Yeah, definitely. That injury he's had, I think the fact that he wasn't on the videos, there's definitely something in that. The fact that Madison was on there, and Chris, me and you spoke about this, an MCL injury is 2 to 3 months, and the fact that they put Madison on the video tells me that Bergville in the background. And you said to me it was a wash bag. I think it was a boot bag. I think that Lucas Bergville is going to play in this final. He's going to play some part.
Gareth, let's talk about the starting 11. Who do you expect to start in this game? And I've also said it's going to be very, very interesting to see who is on the sub bench, because a lot of those youngsters earlier on in the competition, particularly in the group stage, they've taken their opportunity.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ajay, we haven't seen him since they scored that goal. But look, it's a massive opportunity for all the players. I don't think certain players have taken the opportunity in the last few weeks. I mean, we spoke about this on the podcast. I think a lot of players have let the manager down. Now, I'm not Ange's biggest fan, but certain players have not really put themselves forward for a position in the team. So my team would be Vicario and Nets, of course, Pedro Porro and Udogie as your fullbacks, Romero, Van de Ven, and I think Van de Ven's arguably one of the best centre halves in the world. Incredible player. And when he plays, I think when he plays, we play to the back better as well. Same with Romero. Midfield, it would have to be Bentancur, Basuma, because you know what, I'm not Basuma's biggest fan, but he has played well in the European games. So we put him in there, and if Berkel's fit, which I think he will be fit, he'll play in there. And then my front three will be Johnson, Solanke and Son. And I think Son, to be fair, I love Son, but he's had a few issues obviously with his form and his confidence. But seeing Villa against Villa the other night, he looked a really, really sharp player. And Son will want to make an impact in this final, Chris. He'll want to be, you know, he's seen Harry Kane move on and on. He'll want to be, I was the captain and Spurs won the trophy. And he could steal Harry's thunder in a way. So I think that's extra motivation for Son. And Chris, just like yourself with the video on Sky today, if you're not a player that's wanting to make an impact for this club, I mean, why are you here? This is a massive, massive football club. Look at the numbers out here. There's more Spurs fans out here than Man United fans. I mean, everybody in that dressing room tomorrow has got to be feeling we are going to do this for this club, this fan base. They support us so much. And I have a really, really good feeling tomorrow. But I think it'll be a slugfest, I really do.
Gareth, before you give me your score prediction, what have you made of Bilbao so far?
Unbelievable. Really, really nice place. Nice people, nice locals, nice staff. Everything's very simple, very accessible. And like I said, any Spurs fan that's watching this video, honestly, the only way you're going to get to Bilbao and get tickets to a game is taking a chance, taking an opportunity, and that's what I've done. I met Chris 4 years ago, and I had no access to tickets, not even home games. I took my chances with home tickets, now I have away tickets, and now I'm in Bilbao. And the only thing is, you have to put Spurs before almost everything.
How did you get your ticket, by the way?
So Chris is a very, very good friend of mine. Chris put me onto the right website, a trusted site, and we just waited and waited and waited. Now I've got some contacts for away games, and unfortunately after I booked the tickets came through. But what I'd say is, booking early is imperative. See, because a lot of Spurs fans and Man United fans got tickets, they hadn't booked their travel, they hadn't booked their accommodation, and it was costing them thousands to get here. If you were here, then you have a chance to get the ticket. So what we did was we booked in March after one of the games. We just took an opportunity. It was going to cost us about £300 all in if we lost. And if you average out £300 over a few months, it's not a lot of money. So we took an opportunity. Spurs are going to get to the final. We believed in Spurs getting to the final. And when we were here, we were able to get tickets in. And I mean, what I would say is, our tickets, our flights, our accommodation all cost under £1,000. So, you know, it is possible. So any Spurs fan watching this, believe that anything is possible. You can get to a final and you take a chance to book early and you will get the reward. And I hope our reward tomorrow, Chris, is we're watching Heung-min Son lifting that trophy.
Yeah, I got told off earlier in the fan zone for touching the Europa League replica trophy, saying get your hands off that, but let's hope that Heung-min Son is certainly getting his hands on it tomorrow night. Gareth, lastly, what's your score prediction?
Look, I do think it'll be a slugfest. I think Man United and Spurs will be so terrified of losing the game. It could be a very negative watch if you're not a Man United or Spurs fan. Obviously, as Spurs fans and Man United fans that are involved, they'll be feeling involved in the game. I think if you're Liverpool or Chelsea or Arsenal, anyone watching the game as a neutral will probably find it difficult to watch.
Yeah.
But my prediction is 1-0 Spurs.
1-0?
And Solanke to score.
Only one goal?
Yeah.
And a clean sheet?
I fancy a set-piece winner. Solanke, corner, header. That's my
Gareth,
prediction.
Enjoy your evening and come on you Spurs.
Come on you Spurs.
So I've now got Josh Hughes showing up for the first time. Josh, how are you?
I'm good, I'm buzzing. Bilbao is great. I must say it's about 80% Spurs fans here.
Yeah.
We're all in a positive mood. The rest of the season doesn't matter. It's all about tomorrow.
Do you know what? It's been a really tough season, isn't it, in the Premier League, but we are in the Europa League final. No negativity about Tottenham Hotspur Football Club or indeed Ange Postecoglou. Every single fan has to get behind this team, the squad, the club. Now we have to all be really positive in the next 24 hours.
absolutely. I mean, 6 years ago, we were in the Champions League final. I didn't think we'd ever get to one.
Yeah.
And 6 years later, despite everything, all the managerial churn, all the players that have come and gone, and we're in another European final, I think a lot of us wouldn't have seen this coming. The difference between us in Europe compared to in the league, it's been like chalk and cheese. And, you know, the whole season is defined by what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. How do you think Ange Postecoglou will set up? Are you confident that Spurs are going to get this victory?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the big criticisms I've had of Postecoglou on the channel has been his lack of adaptability, his lack of plan B. I think maybe it's become a bit of a lazy comment. But you know what I mean? I must say, it's fair to say Postecoglou has adapted in Europe.
Yeah.
Frankfurt was a great example. Bodo glimpsed away, that could have been a banana skin, but actually we turned up with a game plan. So I fully expect us to go strong. Strongest 11, Udogi, Van der Ven, Romero, Porro, Vicario, the usual suspects. I do wonder what will happen with Bergwall. He seems to be walking very, very normally. But I think regardless of what happens, we've been to so many semi-finals and finals and fallen short. Surely this time it's different. And the way that the season shaped out, we've had Palace win an FA Cup, Newcastle win their first major trophy in 70 years.
It's the year of the bird.
Surely.
Are you confident though, Josh? Because we talk about all of these omens, we talk about all of these teams not winning trophies for so long. It's been 17 long years without a trophy, 41 years without a European trophy at Tottenham. Is this Tottenham's year?
Well, I bloody hope so. I think that,
so do I.
No, do you know what? This team is, for all of its faults and for how we've been in the league, we got to a Carabao Cup semi-final, and you know that it was a shame what happened at Anfield. But there have been moments this season. That game at home against Liverpool, that game at Frankfurt. There have been moments this season, and in many ways, in a one-off game, I think Postecoglou's got something like an 88% win rate in cup finals. Spurs seems to be a team in a one-off game that you just don't know, and I'd rather be a team that you don't know than a team that is predictably shit. So I guess we've all got to hope, we've all got to believe, we've all got to get behind the team, and the sun is shining in Bilbao. Let's be positive.
Of course, though, Josh, we have beat Manchester United 3 times out of 3, but this. It is, without doubt, this is the game that really does matter. Can we do it again?
Well, that's the classic, isn't it? Man United love to show up in a final. We've won 3 against them. Everything is billed for Spurs to win, which you would think means Man United win the game. But that being said, I don't know how you feel, Chris, but there's a level of optimism and confidence that I have that I didn't have in Madrid.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we were playing Liverpool.
I feel like everyone feels like that as well. Everyone's very, I know you use that word, united about it. You speak to every Spurs fan feels very confident going into this game.
I think probably because compared with where we were in the Champions League final, we're playing an incredible Liverpool team with all these superstars.
Yeah.
I don't think there's very much to split between Spurs and Man United. We're both terrible in the league. Both have players and a squad that I think should be doing far better than what we've both done.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it's a final, and if you're not backing your team in a final, you shouldn't be watching it. You shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I've not come to Bilbao to be negative. I've come to Bilbao to get behind the team.
Lastly, before I get your score prediction, what have you made of Bilbao?
Interesting city. It's very different to what I would expect. It's a lot cooler than Madrid was, that's for sure. But it's really nice. I mean, it's a really friendly atmosphere. I mean, we're here in the park where they've got the UEFA fan zone.
Yeah.
And I've not seen one single negative interaction so far. It's a really, really positive vibe. Spurs and Man United fans and Bilbao fans kind of mingling, and it's great. I couldn't care less about the city. I care about San Mamés tomorrow. I care about the game tomorrow, and Spurs are going to win 3-1.
3-1. There you go. 3-1. Come on, you Spurs. Josh, enjoy it tonight. Enjoy it tomorrow. Let's hope that we are smiling come tomorrow night and we have lifted that Europa League trophy.
Up Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. I'm now a Spurs fan, Eunice. Eunice, how are you feeling ahead of tomorrow's game?
Tomorrow's game, Chris, I am buzzing, I'm confident, I have a gut feeling Angie's going to do it. We're going to win tomorrow.
When you think of the Manchester United team, who are you fearing in that team?
Bruno. We've got to keep Bruno quiet and we'll put somebody on him, man mark him. As long as we take him out of the game, I think the rest of them are easy to deal with.
And where is the creativity coming from the Tottenham team without the likes of Maddison, Bergvall and Kulusevski?
Chris, I think I'm gonna go against the grain. I think we should go 4-4-2 and play Richie and Solanke up front, Son on the left, and just put the balls in the box. And I think we can cause them a problem.
Is that realistic?
I think, personally, I would go with that. But knowing Ange, he might put Son in the middle. But I would go with Richie and Solanke up front too.
Eunice, what have you made of Bilbao so far?
Oh, it's crazy, buzzing. It's amazing place. I'm just so happy to be here, and tomorrow hopefully we're going to be enjoying more.
So a quick yes or no, are Spurs winning the Europa League?
I'm going with my gut feeling, and my gut feeling is telling me we're winning tomorrow. 2-1, Chris. Come on, you Spurs.
2-1, there you go. Come on, you Spurs. Come on.
Come on.
Okay.
No Greek, I'm afraid.
That's all right. It's okay. Struggle with their English sometimes.
We'll now resume the press conference with the Tottenham Hotspur coach, Ange Postecoglou.
Darmesh, please.
Hi there, Ange. Can we just start off, first of all, with team news and if Lucas Bergvall is fit and available to play?
Team news, pretty much the same as last week. No, Lucas isn't available, so pretty much the same as we were as of last week.
Ian, please.
Hello, Ian Dennis, BBC 5 Live. I was struck by your story the other week about the Stonecutters Creed, and it's not quite 101 games, but it is still a significant milestone for you. It's your 100th match in charge, and I just wonder how would you assess the impact that you have made in the last 2 years?
Yeah, hopefully that 101st blows tomorrow, mate, not on Sunday. It's hard to sort of kind of contextualise sort of the challenges of the last couple of years. I guess from my perspective, I came into the club with some pretty clear objectives about what the priorities were for the club in terms of taking over. Tried as hard as I can to kind of stick to that process of getting the club to a position where they can challenge for trophies and at the same time rejuvenate a squad and change the playing style. It's been a fair assignment, and without its plenty of challenges along the way. But I guess with such a sort of big game tomorrow, there is an opportunity to kind of fulfil at least the main task I was sort of given, and that is to bring trophies to the club.
Just two quick ones, actually. I want to check Pat Matasar, then presumably
he's fine, mate.
Fine. And secondly, just ask the players, Sonny and Porro, about the barbecue they had. Apparently you were quite keen on the players taking part in this kind of little bonding thing together at the training ground. Just wanted to ask about that.
No, it was player driven. Mate, I'm an Aussie. I'd never say no to a barbecue, so I didn't have to twist my arm. So, but yeah, no, it was player driven. The boys felt like it was a good time for them to sort of just have a kind of relaxing afternoon. We have the luxury at the training ground of a really nice sort of barbecue area. Unfortunately, I had to fulfill my commitments with you guys, so I missed the best of it. But they're the sacrifices I have to make, mate.
Viaplay Norway. It's of course a big and huge occasion. Two things: the Champions League qualification and the trophy. But what would be the biggest thing? Is it to win the trophy itself, or to qualify for the next season's Champions League?
As you said, great prize. You know the significance of Champions League qualification, what it means for every football club to get into the Champions League. It's there are the obvious benefits, but also you get the opportunity to play against the best in the continent. But the club's been in the Champions League before, hasn't won a trophy for a long time, so that's the most important bit.
Hi Ange. If you win tomorrow night, this is going to be remembered as one of the best seasons in the club's modern history. But kind of conversely, if you lose, it might be remembered for one of the worst league seasons in the club's modern history. I just wondered if you're kind of conscious that you're walking a fine line between kind of two very different types of infamy in history, really.
That depends on your outlook, Dan, but I'll tell you one thing, irrespective of tomorrow, I'm not a clown. I never will be, mate, and you're really disappointed that you would use such terminology about a person who, for 26 years, without any favours from anyone, has worked his way to be in a position where he's leading out a club in a European major competition. For you to suggest that somehow us not being successful means that I'm a clown, not really sure how to answer that question.
Good evening, Mr. Postecoglou, Simone Eterno, Eurosport.it. You played Manchester United 3 times this season, and you defeated all the 3 times. I'm kind of curious to understand, do you feel more pressure about this because you already did that and now you feel that you have to do it again? Or is it something that makes you more confident because you actually did it, so you can do it again? Which one is more, confident or pressure?
Neither, because it's a final and you know that those kind of things aren't important. I mean, if we had have lost all 3 games, your question probably would be, do you feel the pressure because you can't beat them? So what I do know is, and I've been in a situation a few times in my careers in the big games, even your form going into it, even if you've got terrible form, and there's been plenty of competitions where you go into it doesn't matter. What matters is how the players cope with the occasion tomorrow, how they cope with understanding the importance of the game. From both clubs, you just don't know how players will react to such a big occasion. And, you know, my role in that is to try and prepare the players in the best possible way, and also to prepare the players for Manchester United to be at their best. That's what you have to prepare for. And if you prepare that way and then you go out there and sort of play to the potential that you can, then you give yourself an opportunity. But I don't think it really matters what you've done before against any opposition when it comes to big games. Maybe in a league that it's a bit different, but I think in a big important final, everything gets decided on the day.
Matt. Here in back. João. Here. No.
Just at the front first, please, and then we'll come to you.
I thought you were throwing your voice there for a second.
Ange, a lot of people seem to think this might be your penultimate game in charge. What do you think? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter, really. It doesn't matter, because the reality of it is the opportunity is the same for me and more importantly for the club. You know, I've said before, whatever happens beyond tomorrow is kind of irrelevant when you think about the opportunity that exists right now, and that is to provide something special for this football club and for the supporters and for everyone who's worked so hard, not just this year, but for the last, however years, 15, 16 years been for a trophy and 41 years for a European trophy. I think that, if I was worried about my tenure at this football club, fair to say we wouldn't be in this position, because I would have been distracted long ago. I'm pretty good at just sort of making sure that all my focus is on, giving this football club the best opportunity it has had for a while to do something special. And whatever happens after that, mate, I'm very, very comfortable that I'll continue on trying to win trophies wherever I am.
Now here. I'm João Barreto from Casé TV. We are from Brazil. I want to ask you about Richarlison. What is the difference when he plays and when he doesn't? What the team gain with him? And I heard that you came to Brazil like years, and you became a Vasco fan. Is it true?
Yeah, I have to be careful about who I support because maybe I'll coach in Brazil one day and they'll tell me, and I end up, I don't know, it's Corinthians or something, and it'll cause me problems. Firstly, Richie, so pleased for him because he's had a tough time, Richie, not just this year, but since he's been at Tottenham. He's had some injury problems. He's never really had a stretch of games, but, and it's been very tough on him, both physically but also emotionally. But he's in a really good place now. Physically, he's he's worked really hard on his fitness, and he plays with so much passion and determination. Richie, every time he plays, he just gives 100%. He has quality as well, and it's great to have him in the team. I think for us, he provides something different to our other attacking players. He's already made a big impact for us in the Europa Cup, and particularly in the semi-final. And just really pleased for him that through all the difficult times he's had, he's now in a place where he's fit, he's available, and he's excited about contributing. And I've always loved Brazilian football. I actually played against Vasco da Gama in 1985. They came to Australia, and Roberto Dinamite was playing at the time, and I got his shirt, and I still have it. Every time I visited Brazil, there's always an association with Vasco. Obrigado.
Coach, καλησπέρα. Αλέξανδρος Ξενικάκης από την τηλεόραση του Αντένα από Ελλάδα.
Πού είσαστε?
Εδώ, στο βάθος. Συγχαρητήρια. Θα ήθελα μια πιο προσωπική ερώτηση να σας κάνω. Είστε ο πρώτος Αυστραλός, αλλά και ο πρώτος Έλληνας που θα προπονήσει μια ομάδα στον τελικό. Ποια είναι τα συναισθήματά σας εν ώψη της αυριανής ημέρας? Γράφετε ιστορία και για το ελληνικό ποδόσφαιρο. Αν θέλετε να μας πείτε και δύο κουβέντες στα ελληνικά, θα μεταφράσω εγώ την ερώτηση στα αγγλικά. The question is about your personal thoughts. You are the first Australian and also Greek guy to coach a team in the European final. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm very proud of that because I think, it's kind of what I was saying before, that just to me, to be in this position where I've come from. I was born in Greece. I'm very proud Greek. My father made sure that, I understood where our roots were and what it means to be Greek, and I've carried that through my whole sort of life. And I grew up in Australia, and in the other side of the world where football, unfortunately, wasn't a prominent sport. But my father, he took his love of football from Greece to Australia, and he worked really, really hard. As I've said before many times, my mum and my dad, they left their home country, their family, everything they knew for their kids, for me. And I hold that dear to my heart. And he's not with me today, but he is with me all the time. I feel it very strongly. I feel, I love being Greek. I love that I was brought up in Greece. It's I think where I'll retire one day. And I love that I grew up in a country in Australia where, even though football wasn't, a big sport, when you grow up in Australia, you also have the attitude that when it comes to sport, you'll take on anyone, doesn't matter how big or small they are. And I'm proud of my roots in both. So, ευχαριστώ για την ερώτηση και είμαι πολύ περήφανος που είμαι Έλληνας.
I want to ask if how important Captain Sonny's come back from injury. Like how much do you trust him, and how his experience can motivate to the younger players in squad?
Yeah, massive to get Sonny back. We were a little bit worried when he picked up the injury because we just weren't sure, how long he was going to be out for. But he worked so hard and to make sure he was back, and really pleased the other night to see him, play 60, 70 minutes, and you could see his sharpness is coming back. But he's so important to the group. He's so important as a leader. He's such an important figure at this football club. And you know, it's a big motivation and driver for all of us, including me, to give him a trophy that his career deserves. You know, because again, he's a guy who's come from the other side of the world. Not many players have come from Asia, and it's stayed in the Premier League, the top league in the world for so long, maintaining that excellence. And it would be great to kind of, you know, cap that off with a trophy for him. But he knows, and we all know that we've still got to do the work. He's been in this position before, obviously with the Champions League final, so he has that experience, and I'm sure he'll pass that on to the players.
We've only got time for two more, so we'll go Dave and then finish with Alex, please.
Hi, Ange. Over here. Over here, Ange.
Oh, sorry.
Just following on from what you said to Matt, we've spoken to quite a lot of the players in the build-up to the final, and they're all very conscious about, you know, the subject of your future. I just wondered, have you had to address that with them as a group?
No, because I think, again, that would be not really helpful in what is before us right now. Yeah, I've said to the lads from day one, you know, it's nothing's guaranteed in life. Nothing's guaranteed in sport. So you just got to try and make sure you take every opportunity before you, and that's what I've done my whole career. I've been in this position before, where, you know, the big game was the last game I managed. It's not unusual territory for me, and I've always navigated that pretty well, because, you know, for me nothing's more important than my responsibility to this football club and its fans, that tomorrow me and the players' minds are only on one thing, and that is trying to create something special. Well, I mean, I qualified for a World Cup, I left, won the treble with Celtic and left, so...
Alex, to finish, please.
Won at Brisbane, I left. It's actually more common than you think, so...
That sort of leads on to my question, actually, Ange, because I think the assumption is that your future will be decided purely by the hierarchy in the football club.
My future is short. I wouldn't be the first person who changes jobs, mate. We all change jobs. I'm sure you've had more than one job. My future's assured. I've got a beautiful family. I've got a great life. I'll keep on winning trophies till I finish, wherever that is. So don't worry about my future, mate. My future is not entwined with anything. Right? My future is assured, you know, provided, God willing, my health remains and my beautiful family is beside me and my friends. There's nothing wrong with my future, mate. Don't stress, mate.
I meant specifically...
Sleep easy at night.
I will try.
I'll be okay.
I will try. But I meant specifically at Tottenham. Is there a scenario where you win the trophy and you think, actually, my job is done here?
No, because I don't think my job is done here. We're just, you know, I really feel like we're building something, and what a trophy does is hopefully accelerates that. So I still think there's a lot of work to be done. That's quite obvious with the way we've sort of, you know, the challenges we've had this year, which I think are well chronicled. But, you know, I think there's some reasoning in that, in the context of that. But also there's been some growth that I'd like to see through. But, you know, whether that happens or not is not that important right now. But I don't think, no, far from think this job's finished, and I certainly feel like, you know, there's some growth there that we can take this club to where it needs to be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. That concludes Tottenham Hotspur's pre-match press conference for the UEFA Europa League final. There'll be an open training session starting at 5:30 on the pitch. Then their opponents. Kaixo, Ongeatori, hola, bienvenidos. Hello and welcome to San Mamés Stadium in Bilbao for the Matchday -1 press conferences ahead of the 2025 UEFA Europa League final. We're joined by our first finalist, Tottenham Hotspur, who plays Pedro Porro and Son Heung-min answering questions first. Questions are permitted in Basque, Spanish and English, with simultaneous translation provided by the Interprefy app. Please remember to introduce yourselves and stick to one question. Pedro will answer questions only in Spanish and Son in English.
We'll begin with Darmish, Sky Sports. Just wait for the microphone. It's a microphone.
Hello, Sonny. Nearly 10 years now at Tottenham. What would it mean to you on a personal level if you were to go up and lift that trophy tomorrow night?
Yeah, it will be very special, and we will be obviously history moments. But yeah, I stay here 10 years, and I just wanted to win the trophy, but which is nobody done it, from where I've been here, in a 10 years time. So yeah, tomorrow is gonna be a massive day for obviously for the club first of all, and for the boys, and obviously for me as well.
Ali.
Question to both of you, really. Ahead of the final, I think the South American players organised a barbecue at the training ground, and Ange was quite kind of keen that you all went. How important was that as a bonding experience before coming out to the final?
I mean, it was very important that everybody being together, having good time, spending time together, and just talking about the life, and feels like we are getting even closer, But I mean, especially this season, which is such a tough season, but we've been always together, we stuck together, and that's why we are here, So I think last step left, so we're gonna make it.
Sí, bueno, lo que ha dicho Sonny, ¿no? Es importante también para la forma del grupo, ¿no? Yo creo que desde que llegué yo el primer día cuando firmé en los Spurs, también hice una barbacoa, porque yo creo que es importante esa unión. También son como tu familia, ¿no? Yo creo que ellos están contigo día a día, todos los días en el entrenamiento, en los partidos, ¿no? Y también es importante a veces hablar de la vida con tus compañeros, ¿no?
Hi, Sonny. Yeah. This match is very special to you and very special to the Spurs fan, especially to the very special to the Korean fan that will watch this match at 4 in. So can you say do you have some special message to the Korean fans, please?
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate that they supporting me or us in the morning time, in the night time, late night time, or early night time. They were always here, and they're always supporting us. And as I say all the time, that I want to give them something back. And tomorrow I hope can give some my smile and the trophy and the historic moment, and they will never forget. So yeah, I hope we can enjoy together and celebrate together.
Tom.
Hi, Sonny. How are you feeling in terms of your fitness? How close do you feel to kind of peak sharpness? And can you play for the full 90 minutes if necessary?
Look, obviously, I'm ready, and then I'm obviously back from injury, and it was my first game against Crystal Palace, and afterwards I play against Villa around 70 issue, which is I was didn't expect it to play that long, but I was managing to play. But look, I mean, physically I'm ready to go, and also the boys are ready to go for the biggest game of the season.
Alex Crook from TalkSport. Son, you're the only survivor from the starting Tottenham team from the Champions League final. How much can you use the pain of that defeat to make sure that you get a better outcome in this final?
Yeah, still Ben Davies is here as well, so let's not don't forget about his commitment and his work rate. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a huge moment for both of us, and also for the boys that if we win it, and as we always say, the first step is going to be really hard. So it's hardest. So if you win that trophy, we can change the mentality, we can change the history, and hope we can continue to compete for the another trophies.
This one here.
Hi, good evening, Radek Silmeier. Have you spoken to Harry Kane about tomorrow's final? Because after the last month, we can call him, he's the winner. He has experience in winning. So I'm wondering if he has any advice to you for tomorrow's final.
Obviously, everybody knows Harry is my best mate, and also that I was a huge honor playing alongside him. But after when he won the first title, we kind of have a chat about his trophy. But yeah, I mean he's already in holiday, so he don't want me text. he don't have to text me. So I just concentrate myself with the boys, and obviously Harry will be biggest Spurs fan tomorrow. I'm definitely sure that he will supporting us from holiday.
Pedro, acá atrás, por favor. Habla Caio Castillo de Casa TV de Brasil. Y me gustaría saber si simplemente este título puede cambiar la historia del Tottenham y la historia de los jugadores que están en el equipo. Pues bueno, muchos años sin un título europeo. Si este es el gran partido de la vida de ustedes y quizás del Tottenham.
Sí, bueno, la verdad que sí, te diría que sí, porque es un momento importante para nosotros, lo sabemos también, sobre todo los aficionados, ellos también tienen, bueno, nos dan esa presión desde fuera, es normal, porque también lleva tiempo sin ganar, ¿no? Y yo creo que para nosotros lo más importante es estar enfocado en el grupo, en nosotros y en intentar hacerlo lo mejor posible para mañana, ¿no?
Tom. Hi, Sonny. Tom Barkley from The Sun. Looking back at that final 6 years ago, it was obviously a really difficult start in the game, and it felt like the game was sort of over before it began with that early penalty. How important is it that Tottenham have a grow into the game and don't have a start like that going into this match? And what other experiences can you take from that particular?
I mean, back in the days, I still don't think it was humble. And yeah, we can't change it. So, but look, I mean, every game is same. Every game is the first 15 minutes are huge, important to get a game tempo, game rhythm. I think is huge, important. And I will especially again mention to the boys that we're very important. We start well to get our confidence.
My name is Omar Akatuba, omarsports.com. My question is to the both of you. You can't see me, but I'm here. Question is to the both of you. You're facing Manchester United, a team you faced a couple of times this season, but on a different stage. What is the feeling like? Same of the same or special? Because, of course, it's the final of the Europa League.
Yeah, obviously it's special. I mean, it doesn't matter who we play against in a special stages, special tournament, and in the final, to reaching in the final is never been free, you know. So yeah, it's going to be a special game, and it's going to be a very tough game and difficult game. But we just gotta do our things and concentrate ourselves, and we'll see what's gonna happen.
Sí, por supuesto, ¿no? Como ha dicho Sonny, ¿no? Yo creo que es un partido especial. Sí que es verdad que, bueno, esta temporada hemos jugado con ellos varias veces, pero bueno, no tiene nada que ver porque una final es una final, ¿no? Y yo creo que bueno, lo más importante es lo que ha dicho Sonny, estar concentrado, ¿no? En nosotros y bueno, ojalá y seamos felices al final, ¿no?
Hi, Sonny. You've only got a year left on your contract. You know, from this point onwards, do you kind of feel like it's kind of now or never for yourself in terms of winning that trophy at Tottenham?
Future we never know. You know, future we never know. We might play next year Champions League, or we might play, I don't know, but we might play in the final. Or we never know, obviously. But I mean, the chance what I have now is. It's real, you know. It's a fact. Tomorrow is a final of the game over Europa League final. So that's it. I just don't thinking about anything else. This could be my last chance, or this could be another chance. But I just want to concentrate about tomorrow, and then just concentrate about the winning and lift the trophy with the boys and celebrate together.
Right at the back, please.
Buenas. Esta es una pregunta para Pedro, José Luis de La Popular Sport. Yo te quiero preguntar, Pedro, un jugador como por tu banda, que va a jugar mucho, que es del Manchester United, Garnacho, ¿has hecho algún plan diferente o algo para poder detenerlo, un jugador tan desequilibrante como es él?
No, si te digo la verdad, no, pero sí que es verdad que bueno, sabemos lo que tenemos que hacer. La verdad que no me preocupa más el cómo estemos nosotros, sí que es verdad que bueno, si estamos concentrados al 100%, eso va a ser lo más importante, ¿no? Porque luego cada jugador tiene sus características, cada jugador tiene sus puntos fuertes y bueno, la verdad que estoy concentrado en lo que tenemos que hacer nosotros más.
Good afternoon. Hello, Sony. I'm Haori from Pinan Sport China. So I want to ask you is, what do you think is the most difference between 6 years before, when you are facing another final, and nowadays in your, for example, in your role playing in the team and your attitude, your statues, and so on. También tengo una pregunta para Pedro. Ahora estás jugando en un gran final aquí en España. ¿Y cómo es tu sentimiento para este? Muchas gracias.
I mean, 6 years ago, I played my first final probably in the professional level, and it was very nervous moments, and it was very exciting moments, obviously, yeah. But I mean, I was very nervous and couldn't believe that I was in the Champions League final. But 6 years after, obviously, I'm grown man and experienced, and just want to prepare in my way, calm. And obviously, this has changed so many years, so many different players, and also the role of my role has changed. So from just player, I'm just captain of this club and the captain of the boys, leader of the boys, and just want to help the boys to lift this together as my dream. And as we say, that tomorrow is gonna be history. I hope we can make a history day that I can never forget.
Sorry, mate, I missed the question. Can you repeat my question? Sí, perdón. Bueno, es muy especial, ¿no? Porque, como te digo, ya sabíamos que la final era aquí en Bilbao, ¿no? Y para un jugador español como yo siempre es especial y yo creo que, bueno, muy feliz por eso, ¿no?
Sorry, I don't think at the start of the season anybody would have been too surprised at finding out this was the final. But the way this season's gone on, many people are surprised. Is it easy as a player to kind of forget about the doubts that must exist after losing so many games on both sides and just concentrate on this game and believe in your ability? Because most people would say your teams are better than the results.
Yeah, I mean, in the league, I mean, definitely which is where we are now, obviously is unacceptable, but don't want to think about now the things are not good, you know. It's not right it's not right time to thinking about it. So as I said, the whole press conference, we were here until reaching in the final. I mean, you may have to beat some good teams as well. You know, you have to trouble some away games, and you have to make difficult games, and you have to be disciplined. You have to be believes in yourself, which is we did, and that's why we're in the final. So yeah, obviously we can change it all the bad season in the league with that trophy, and then I mean Spurs are just missing the trophy. Some season we've been outstanding. We've been in the Champions League. We've been in the finishing in the second, but still we were missing something. But this year we can change that. So as a tomorrow goes, I hope we can change that thing tomorrow.
And just the last question here, please.
Hello, Sonia. As a captain, have you said anything special to the team, especially the younger boys, to help motivate them?
I mean, I don't need to motivate them because it's a final of the game, and everybody will know how important that is, and everybody will be there to get excited. We'll be just telling them that we need to be together and we need to stay calm and just do our thing right things, and the game will be in our hands. So obviously, yeah, still haven't talked about the boys to get more motivation, but I will definitely talk to boys about my experience, about my real experiences, and we see what's gonna happen. I hope tomorrow is fun day.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes the players' portion of the press conference. Please remain seated for Coach Ange Postecoglou, who will join us shortly.
Hey! Good old Josh. And now they think he's nicked it.
Sorry, I had to.
C-Square, what are you telling me, my boy? So I'm now the legend Expressions. How are you finding Bilbao?
Brother, I'm not even gonna lie, Bilbao is wavy. Obviously, I spent like $2,000 on an apartment. Walked in, it was looking like, I don't know, something like the favelas in Brazil, fam. You know, then we're there, walked in there, and the room was nice, but obviously I nearly lost my watch getting into the room. Like, you know, then we're there, fam, but it is what it is. We still got it, baby. You know what I'm saying?
How are you feeling ahead of this game?
Nervous. I feel sick. My thing is, yeah, it's only football heritage that worries me. Man United know how to win trophies, innit? But as for Ruben terroring, Ruben scammering, Ruben hammering, I ain't worried about him, blood. You know them way there, fam. Tottenham in Corner extra hot sauce, fam. You get me? Without Lucas Berg Valverde, without James Mascoigne, without Kulu Runnings, blood. You know them way there, fam. I'm talking Dominic Solanke. I'm talking Magic Johnson, fam. I'm talking Slick Rick Charlison, fam. You know them way there, fam. I need a win. I need a trophy, bro. I want to see Son's armpits, fam. The whole of Korea want to see Son's armpits tomorrow, bro. You know them way there, my boy.
It's our turn. What's the score prediction?
Brother, my score prediction is 2-1, but I'm not going to lie, we can go all the way like Craig David and hit them for 3 man like Morgan, blood. What's man talking about? Yeah? Man never came to Bilbao to leave empty-handed. I never came back to be holding my balls on the plane, blood. I want to be holding a trophy, bruv. You know them way there? This is our time. This is our moment, fam. We've been patiently waiting like 50 Cent, blood. And Josh Snow, blood. Man United, Scran United, Man Divided. They don't deserve this, blood. We deserve this, blood. I said we, and I'm not talking French because I'm not wearing a PSG shirt no more, blood. I'm back in business like Barbershop too, bruv. We better win this, fam. Let's go, blood. Let's go, blood. Let's go, blood. Let's go, blood.
There you go, 2-1 as well. Come on, you Spurs!
Come on!
Come on!
Come on! Tottenham's gonna do it again. They can't stop them, the boys from Tottenham, the boys from White Hart Lane. Oh, Spurs are on their way to Bilbao. Tottenham's gonna do it again. They can't stop them, the boys from Tottenham, the boys from White Hart Lane. Oh, Spurs are on their way to Bilbao. Tottenham's gonna do it again. They can't stop them, the boys from Tottenham, the boys from White Hart Lane.
It just shows you how big this club is. How big they can be. We are massive. We're massive. We have taken over Bilbao. We are massive.